Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, I'm Angela. I'm an investment banking analyst working in New York City, and my channel is focused on career advice that I've learned throughout my years recruiting and my short experience in the professional world. In today's video, we're going to talk about the necessary skills that every investment banker has, and if these are traits that you feel like match you or things that you want to learn or get better at, then investment banking might be the right career for you. So I'd say that aside from technical abilities and accounting and learning more about finance, investment banking has taught me some very valuable traits that I think will carry me forward in any other job and that I think are useful in life. So let's go into the first one. Number one, quick to respond. If you're already the type of person who, when someone messages you or emails you, you reply immediately, it's top of your mind, and you don't just forget about it, then investment banking might be right for you. In investment banking, it's crucial to reply immediately. You're expected to be always available, either by your phone or by your computer, and when someone emails you, communication is key. Sometimes you're even expected to reply within a few minutes or get something done quickly and get back to them. Even if it's a weekend or a vacation, it's important to just not entirely shut off. You might be able to do so on vacations depending on where you are, but it's usually expected that you'll be on standby and you're always readily available. Number two, attention to detail. Now, this is something that I personally had to learn more of on the job. But if you're someone who's really good at checking over your work, doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and trust me, I'd say everyone makes mistakes, I make a lot of mistakes, but I've learned to double and triple check my work and avoid those silly mistakes that I can catch myself before someone else does. Even though there might be a lot of short deadlines and you might be in a rush to get something out, it's still good to take that extra maybe 15 minutes or so to check over your work, check that everything's right, and then it would take even more time if someone else were to catch that mistake, tell you about it, and then you would have to go fix it, and then that would look bad on you, versus if you took that extra time to just check it over, make sure everything's right in your eyes, and then send it. You can send it with confidence and with ease and be sure of your work and take responsibility over it. And so I'd say that's something that's especially important. And something people really do learn on the job, but if that sounds like you, then again, this could be the right job for you and could be a good fit. Third, social skills. Now, I'm not going to say I'm the most sociable person. Growing up, I was quite shy and quiet as a kid, still am, and it's taken a while for me to find an ease with making small talk with people. But I'd say generally investment bankers are more sociable people. Now, that doesn't mean that they're social butterflies and go around the room talking to everyone, but I'd say that even just getting an offer, you have to be able to make conversation with ease with people, be able to connect with people on a personal level. Even though as an analyst, you're not working with a client face to face like an MD would, it's still important because you're taken to meetings, you join calls, you work a lot with other members within the bank. There's a lot of internal meetings and group gatherings, so it's good to be able to form those close connections with others and kind of open yourself up a little bit to that. In that sense, I'd say yes, EQ is just as important as IQ in investment banking. I'd say social skills are quite important. You not only want to be getting along with your coworkers, but you should be thinking of them as friends too. After all, when you're working in investment banking, you're spending so many hours there every day. You want to be able to at least enjoy your time there and at least feel comfortable with the people around you and form these connections. Next, managing emotions. Now, I'd say that investment banking is a stressful job. There are a lot of deadlines involved. You're on a lot of projects at once that you're juggling all at the same time. And so if someone emails you at 11 p.m. saying that you need to redo this whole analysis with a bunch of other comments on things throughout the deck, yes, it's easy to get emotional, and of course, I don't think anyone would be happy with that situation. But a lot of times in investment banking, you just have to hold it in and think about it, reply with a simple will do, and just call it a day. I'd say that's something in investment banking where you can't just freak out on someone and get really mad at them over email. You just have to always remain professional and calm no matter how you're actually feeling on the inside. And there's a lot of moments like this. I remember just as an intern, the printer would often have issues. A lot of the time they wanted these meeting materials right before the meeting and it would be very last minute, but sometimes the printer would be jammed and I would have to print like 200 pages of this, and I would personally get very stressed by these small things. But you just have to hold it in and do the best you can with the situation. Take things one at a time and know that your colleagues are also in a similar situation, these other analysts, and these situations just happen and come up in investment banking, and you just have to deal with it. Afterward, you kind of feel like you've been at the end of this roller coaster ride, but at the end, looking back, it feels quite like you accomplished a lot going through all of these moments. Investment banking truly makes you a tougher, stronger person, not in the physical way, but in a mental way sometimes, just in terms of during short deadlines, working late nights, working with lots of different types of people. I'd say if that seems like something that you might already be good at prior to investment banking and something that you could see yourself dealing easily with, then this could again also be a good career path for you. And lastly, multitasking. Multitasking is super important in investment banking. You might learn as a little kid to multitask, maybe do your homework, watch TV at the same time. In investment banking, you're oftentimes put on a lot of projects at once, which might have similar deadlines and have conflicting work during the day. You have to be able to multitask and manage these workloads. Oftentimes, you might have a call at the same time where you're trying to get a deck out in an hour. You kind of just have to manage your deal teams, maybe tell them that you have to get something out, or you might just have to be on this call, listen in, take important notes while doing these calls at the same time. You have to be able to manage multiple tasks at the same time because that's really important to the job. You're usually not on just one project at a time. You're on multiple, working with different people. So because you're working with different people, they won't know the schedule that you're on. They don't know what other projects you're on. So you have to learn to manage all of this and be able to juggle different projects. So I'd say those are 5 essential things that are important in investment banking. Like I said before, a lot of these things are things that you get better at or learn more during the job. But these are all traits that some people just have prior to investment banking and things that you learn in life prior. So if these things are something that you feel like you can deal with, or traits that you already have, or things that you could see yourself learning or you think would be valuable for you to learn, like I think these things were all really valuable for me to learn in my life in general, then this job could be right for you. It's not just about all the technical skills like Excel and modeling and knowing accounting and PowerPoint. There's also a lot of these other traits that I think investment banking teaches you, and that I think people in investment banking generally have these traits. So thank you again for watching my video. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to like this video, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!